Hello, and welcome to Nell's Parent Blog, where we are making an investment, today's parents for tomorrow's children. Do you know that as parents or supporting adults or guardians or even grandparents, that every day we demonstrate the act of service? The act of service is the fifth love language that our children and even us as adults display. And we have been continuing our discussion on love tank and how to fuel our love tank by communicating the appropriate love language that our children display or that is instilled in them. And so we're going to talk about the act of service. And one of the ways to instill act of service is to, by example, to demonstrate act of service. And we do this every day. We demonstrate act of service to our children every day by actually taking care of them, believe it or not. We call it that we're just being parents, and we are. We are. But when we talk about love languages, it is defined as a love language. And so we serve our families, whether we are a wife, whether we are a single parent, whether we are the mom or the grandma or a guardian or just a supporting adult for our children. We are serving them in different ways. By helping to meet their needs on a daily basis is serving them. And how we do this and how we express our service to them is also how we express love to our children. And it is fueling the love tank to those that also have this act of service gift, and that is their love language. And so we want to also focus and be more mindful when we are serving our children. As I was thinking about the acts of service, and I was reflecting on my own personal experience as being a parent. And I remember 5.5 years ago when I became a stay-at-home mom. And at first, it was new. I've never been at home before. I worked full time. And so being at home was a new experience for me. Serving my family was not a new experience. But serving my family in this way where it was full time was a new experience for me. And so after a while, it just felt, I did not internalize. And a lot of times I honestly have to say that I did not do it with gladness. I did not serve my family every day with joy and actually saw it as service. There was some days I just felt like I was just picking up things off the floor every day, making beds every day, cooking every single day, cleaning every single day, putting toys away every single day, and trying not to step on toys every single day. And I did not also internalize and realize that my attitude towards this will in turn and can in turn affect my children. And so as I started reviewing and going over this act of service language and how to teach and instill and recognize it in my own child, I start realizing that this act of service came through my modeling. And so if I'm modeling this act of service and serving my family in a negative way, then the person that displays also and that their love tank is fueled by acts of service, they're receiving it in a negative way and not a positive way. And so parents, I am encouraging all of us to just step back and to reevaluate the way in which that we serve our families, that we serve our children, because we don't want it to come across to them as we are not serving, but we are slaving. And what I mean by that is we are doing this as if we are forced to do it, and as if it's we have to. And yes, there are times where we're like, well, you know what, I'm doing it because I have to. But our attitude and the problem with that is the love behind the service is not being shown. And that's what we want. We want our children to see our love and the expression of our love for them and to them behind serving them. And so therefore, that's the importance that we want them to see. We want them to get the message that serving is an act of love. It happens out of love. And because I love you as a parent, and because I care for you and the needs that comes with taking care of you, I want to do it from a heart of appreciation and thankfulness and gladness and willingness and patience and kindness and goodness and meekness. And so that takes time. But also we have to remember also as parents that if we don't approach service and serving our children with that attitude, then in the process, and here is where it becomes very vital, because in the process of serving our children, whether we know that they display this love language or not, what tends to happen is we can also puncture the love tank. What I mean by that is we can puncture their love tank, because if a child that displays the act of service love language, and we're communicating this service to them negatively by how we respond. Oh, I have to pick up your stuff all day. You keep leaving the stuff on the floor and you won't make up your bed, and you just leave your plate at the table and you're not clean up after yourself, and you need to be more responsible and I need you. And when we display and we communicate our act of service to the child, that their love language is act of service, and we communicate it that way, that is puncturing a hole in their love tank. It does not fill them up, because in the process of what we're doing, they don't feel love. They don't feel that mommy or daddy loves me because they do this for me. They make up my bed while I'm at school. They put my toys away, and I know that she doesn't have to, but they put my toys away. They clean up my room. And mind you, parents, guardians, grandparents, supporting adults, these children, our children is not going to communicate that to us at 5. Not all the time. Rarely that's going to happen. What I'm saying in the examples I'm giving you, they're going to communicate that more later in life. Some of it will happen in teenage years. Some of it will happen even in their adult years, that they will look back over their life and they will say, I remember, like I could say for myself, I remember when I went out of town and I would come back and my dresser would be so clean. My mom cleaned my dresser off every single time. And it's not that I wanted her to do that, because when I was there, she didn't do it because I didn't want her to do it. I didn't want her in my space when I was a teenager. And so she took up on herself that if this is the least I can do for her, then I'm going to do it when she's not here. And this is the way she expressed her love and how she missed me when I wasn't there. And so till this day in my adulthood, I remember that. But see, when I was a preteen or tween, I didn't even express that. But it's not that it did not come with me into my adulthood. And it's not that I did not receive it either. I received it. And it was communicated with me well, and it filled up my love tank till this day. And so this is why I'm saying for us as parents, when we are serving our family, when we're serving our children, Let's be better about how we communicate that service of love and how we express that love through the act of service. And I'm not saying that we don't get tired. Now, the next step is that we want to do, and that is, how do we teach our children to this love language? And it's in that same way. It's in that same way of how we are leading by example. So what we could do is, you can have your child set the table, and they will set the table for everyone. They won't just set the table for themselves. So they'll set the table, and in doing that, they're serving others. They might even ask, you could encourage your child to say, ask your sister or brother, what would they like? Would they like, carrots or peas? And then let them bring the plate to them. That's them demonstrating the act of service. And one of my child does it here, where she will bring her dad once in a while, not all the time. She will bring her dad his plate. She'll ask him if he wants a cup of water. She'll bring his juice to him, and she does it also for her other siblings. So that's also a way, that this child, love language is also act of service, because she likes to serve others. She takes joy in helping her classmates at school. And this is also another way that you can notice that your child's love language is act of service. She loves to help other children in her class. She enjoys teaching other children what she knows. And she finds what makes her happy is watching other people be successful. And she finds joy in that, teaching them and also cheering them on when they have accomplished and when they have mastered what she knows. She finds joy in watching that happen. And so, when a child's love language is act of service, they look for opportunities to be of help to someone else, to serve someone else, whether it's another child, whether it's an adult, whether it's even opening the door for a senior citizen when they go someplace, or open the door for people to walk in the building. These little things that sometimes we're so busy and we pass it up and we don't even stop to even process it. These are signs of a child that their love tank is fueled by acts of service. And this is the way also that we can help them to operate in that language, and we can communicate to them. And so, how to fuel that love tank for the child also, once again, another example is surprise them. Make a surprise breakfast for them. Surprise them for a birthday dinner. Simple things like that. Make their favorite breakfast without them knowing. Make their favorite meal and put in their lunchbox without them knowing. Also, even just washing their stuffed animals and sitting them on the bed. See, we think that these things that children don't pay attention to, and they might not verbalize it now. But just like I shared with you about what my mom did for me when I was gone in my early adult years, and till this day I can, remember and reminisce on it. We have to not look for results right away. We have to remember as parents that we can't look for instant results, but we have to be mindful that, and remember and be encouraged and be hopeful that when we're doing these things, we are planting seeds. And so the outcome, we might not see it right now. We might not see it today, but we're hoping that by doing this, we will see the results later. And just like how I'm sharing with you, and I'm sure that you have stories that you could share on this post, on this blog, so other people can hear, and you have stories that you can share with your child as well. or your grandchildren, or the youth that you're surrounded, or children that you're surrounded with as a supporting adult, you can, just like how you can even instill that hope, something for them to look forward to, and that faith by planting that seed, by even serving them as well. And so as we continue to plant seeds in their lives through serving them today, and through fueling their love tank by serving them, and also presenting opportunities and take advantage of opportunities that come our way. So that way they can, in turn, the children, that love tank is fueled through acts of service, can also have a story when they get older into their adulthood. And then they'll be able to share and tell others how someone poured and expressed their love through just serving them on a daily basis. And that person might be mommy or daddy or grandma. All right? So we want to continue to do that. And if you're looking for things outside, also the community also can help you to help your child to demonstrate active service. One place that we go to a lot of times is food pantry. You could do that too, where they can get an opportunity to serve others by passing out food. You can also, we do the Martin Luther King Day, which is a day of service in our community. And we go and we pack things for veterans, items, toiletries for veterans, and also do different things, and they send it off to different countries. We also go to Feed My Starving Children, which is located in different suburbs. And so you could check out one that's close to you, and these children will receive, our children will be able to have the opportunities to serve other people that might not be here. They might not know personally, but they get to package food for all other children in other parts of the country. And they will know, and I'm sure, believe me, I am sure that you will be fueling the child's love tank. That love language is act of service, because they enjoy doing things like that. They take joy in knowing that they are helping someone else. And so this is the way that we can continue to do this for them and continue to plant that seed. So yes, when they're older, they can actually also talk about ways in which they had the opportunity to serve someone else. So just wanted to let you know today that all of our love languages come out in different times of our lives. And we don't even know exactly at the beginning which love language that our child will completely possess. And not only that is because it changes as they develop, as they grow. And so we want to still continue to just express our love to them and continue to invest in them in whatever ways possible, whether it's through words of affirmation, whether it's through gifts, giving of gifts, whether it's through physical touch, whether it's through acts of service, and whether it's spending quality time with them. We want to also continue to do it in whatever way we can for as long as we can. Take care. Be blessed.